So, I'm working on my book called Betrayal of Liberty, going through my research because it's kind of for people my age. You've seen the movie Pearl Harbor. It's kind of what I'm doing. It's based on actual facts of an incident that happened, and then some things I'm twisting because there's going to be things that people that are familiar with it, especially survivors, are going to realize that certain characters or things are happening a little differently because it's fictional. It's not. It's just meant to open up the world's eyes to the story of this ship. A lot of people don't know about the USS Liberty. The irony is, even if you Google this, the USS Liberty has been awarded more medals than any other ship that I can find in U.S. history in a single event. Now, when you look it up, everything on Google, and because of the cover up that this has been from 6 minutes after the attack started, maybe 10 minutes, but right after this attack started, this has been a cover up from day one, from that point. And it's possible it went into this being a cover up. There's a possibility that Israel did not think it was going to win the 6 Day War. Then they realized they were going to win the 6 Day War, but it's possible there were plans already put into effect just to make an incident happen, and then because they didn't need it to happen, and now things were backfiring because the ship shouldn't have been there, and because the ship was there, it was able to pick up communications that it should not have picked up about what Israel was getting ready to do, which it wasn't supposed to do. So there's a lot of things that happened this day. It's a very... And I do 100% personally believe Lyndon Johnson, from day one of his presidency, not his vice presidency, started in his vice presidency. From day one of his presidency, he was a puppet to Mossad. Which you need to understand, the old Israeli government, there's a lot of, there's especially with the new Likud party, because you have to understand the old Israeli government. And the old Israeli government was a terrorist organization. It was born out of the terrorist organization known as Irgun. It has killed, the number of Jews that they have just personally killed themselves is horrendous. The things they have done to the Jewish people is horrendous. It's a Zionist terrorist group. And now it's turned into the Zionist right-wing party known as Likud. It's really what Irgun is. You really have to, the history is so, goes all the way back. And it's very, but it's all, there's a reason Irgun attacked so many Jews, because Irgun, again, is a Zionist terrorist group. Likud, the right-wing party, is a Zionist party. Zionists do not like Jews. I hate to say it. They don't. They like to throw around this, even that, you know, I'm getting off track because I want to talk about the liberty, but it's important to note, one of the things that they really love to do, they throw around this word anti-Semitic all the time. The Zionists are the most anti-Semitic people in the world, because they don't like the Jews, they don't like the Arabs, they don't like the Palestinians, they don't like anyone from the Semitic region. That whole Middle Eastern region, that's Semitic. Those languages, Arab, Hebrew, Israeli. Israeli's kind of a hybrid. It's an interesting language. That's something you gotta study. But a couple other languages from the Middle East, but they're all Semitic languages. That area is a Semitic region. The only people anti-Semitic in that region really are the Zionists. Yeah, the Jews and the Arabs, they've had their battles and they have bad blood between them, but it is nothing like what goes on with the Zionists. The Zionists, it's very bad for the Jewish people. That's why 90% of the Jews don't support Zionism. You have to be indoctrinated to support Zionism from a Jewish perspective. That's why 60% of Israeli Jews are Zionists, because they've been indoctrinated to it. It's all part of this history. This is all the truth, and it's all Mossad's backup. Mossad is the backbone to all of this. So it all goes, and some of it's conspiracy theory. I personally believe that theory, and some of it's facts. But the USS Liberty I gotta look at my notes here, had 293 crew members on it. There was a couple Marines on there. They were there specifically, I believe, to protect the second crew, which was the spy crew, which they were, interestingly, they were the ones directly hit by the torpedo. That could be coincidence, but it is interesting that they were directly hit by the torpedoes while trying to destroy everything, because they didn't know who was attacking them. Some of the crew knew it was Israel because they saw the markings on the torpedo boats, but the planes didn't have any markings on them. That was intentional. They were trying to sink the Liberty, but it had 293 crew members on it. When this was all done, there was 204 casualties. Of the 204 casualties, the breakdown is 170 wounded and 34 killed. The Big E, like I said, when you look it up, it says it's the most decorated ship in U.S. history. Some say in World War II, others say in a single, but it doesn't come anywhere near the number of, I actually had to write this down because there are so many medals. The captain got the Medal of Honor, but never publicly. It was done in private. Most of the medals were given away in private, actually. But the captain got the Medal of Honor. And then after the captain, there was 2 Navy Crosses. There was 11 Silver Stars. There was 20 Bronze Stars. There was 9 Navy commendations. 293 people on this ship. Over 200 Purple Hearts were awarded. So pretty much it's probably 204. Probably every casualty was awarded a Purple Heart. 204 Purple Hearts. The ship also received the Presidential Unit Citation, which is Big E got that too. That's a major award right there. And they also the ship was also awarded the Combat Action Ribbon. But you don't know any of this. Most people don't know any of this. There's some out there that you do, but most of you don't know any of this. And the whole cover-up started within minutes by President Johnson. President Johnson, in my opinion, is the worst American president ever. And all this does is solidify my opinion, because this only makes him worse. I felt that way before I started studying to write this book. And I was just looking for a war story, and I stumbled across it. And yeah, it's right up my alley, though, because I love history, and this is something that's been washed away. And what you find in old encyclopedias and what you find on Google are very different. And what you find on Google and what you find when you start digging the truth are very different. So this cover-up goes way beyond the United States government. Think unicorns.